Hello and welcome to today's webinar, 12 Steps to Start Your Own Business. This is Kenny Pugh, and I'll be facilitating our training today. I'm so excited that you've taken time out of your schedule to join me as I share some of these tips that will hopefully get you pointed in the right direction, help you to move forward by giving you some motivation to really take action on the dreams that you have inside of you. And just overall, I just wanted to let you know that you are someone who has something special to offer to the people out in our world. And so it's up to you to take action. It's up to you to really move in the direction that's required in order to experience that success. And so I'm excited that you've taken time out of your day today to join me as I share the 12 steps to start your own business. So allow these to be points to help guide you along your journey, but also allow these to be steps that will encourage you to take action starting immediately, even immediately following today's training. And so once again, welcome to 12 Steps to Start Your Business. My name is Kenneth Pugh, or Kenny Pugh, and I'm getting ready to share my screen so that you can see this awesome training that I have planned for us today. And we're just going to jump right into it. I want you to feel free to document any questions that you might have that will allow you to really focus on today's training. And then when we get to the Q&A part of today's training, you'll have your questions already documented. If something comes up along the way, feel free to just write it down. And once again, when I open up the floor to ask if there are any questions, you'll be prepared to ask whatever it is that is on your mind, because I want to make sure that you get the most out of our time together today, because that is very important to me, is making sure that any training that I do, that you have all of your questions answered. And I promise you, I'm going to share some information on how you can work with me even beyond today's webinar training. And so this is not necessarily the end. You will have an opportunity to really move forward and partner with me to help you achieve your goals as you move forward. And so I am available, and I'm excited that once again, you've taken time out of your day to spend with me to talk about the 12 steps to start your business. And so a little bit about me. My name is Kenny Pugh. As I mentioned, I'm a life and business strategist. My background is primarily in financial services. I am a writer or contributor to blackenterprise.com, as well as I am a past contributor to Headline News, or HLN, here in Atlanta, Georgia. So once again, just excited to be able to share information and insight that I've been given to help change people's lives and their businesses. My experience from the past, as I mentioned, I am someone who has primarily focused in the area of financial services. I have experience. I've worked in a bunch of different lending institutions, including SunTrust Bank, Bank of America, LendingTree, Washington Mutual, Wells Fargo, Chase, Manhattan, a bunch of different financial services institutions. And that's what provided me the background to dive in and actually perfect a lot of the things that I teach the clients that I work with when it comes to business, when it comes to processes, when it comes to technology. And so hopefully you'll be able to benefit from some of this insight as well. One of the brands that I own is KTP Financial, which is one of the financial and business services brands that I operate under, and enjoy educating people. I love helping people improve their businesses. I love helping people improve their finances, and I love helping people improve their relationships through workshops, one-on-one coaching, and then things like webinars like the one that we're currently on today. And so I enjoy the in-person workshops. I enjoy working with my clients one-on-one, but I also enjoy doing webinar trainings like we're doing today, because it allows me to communicate my message to people who are in front of their computers on their smart devices, and to have the ability to interact with people who are located in cities other than the city that I'm currently in. And so those are some of the powerful things that I enjoy. Here's me on Headline News, or HLN, with Natasha Curry, talking about my life as a single man in Atlanta, Georgia. So I had a great time during that particular segment. I was on there promoting my book, in which I share some insight and some of the challenges associated with being a single man in Atlanta, Georgia, and promoting one of the platforms that I like to promote as well. I was back on HLN with Natasha, talking about Father Knows Best and what level of involvement fathers should have when their children are exploring marriage and having those kind of conversations with their significant other. And so it was just a great time being able to share expertise once again. My areas of expertise are business, relationships, and money. And so I had a chance to talk about relationships during this segment. I was on Headline News again talking about the area of money and how it relates to how much someone should spend on a wedding and how much a man should spend on the engagement ring, and is it important to get the ring or to have a couple save for home ownership. And so I had a chance to talk about that. I had written a very informative article on blackenterprise.com that was discussing this specific topic. And it was fun to be able to go on HLN and share my thoughts and expertise on that. Here I am on Atlanta Live talking about business, talking about money, and also talking about a little bit about relationships with Hassani and Danielle Pettiford. And I had a great time on there as well. And so I like to go on to different television and radio programs to share insight and information and to really challenge people's thinking with regards to whatever topic it is that we're dealing with. And so I enjoy doing that. I have a chance to get exposure in different areas of media. And so I am one to never really mince words and to encourage people to pursue their passions, their purpose, and their dreams so that they can live the healthy life that they've been intended and created to live. I help people move beyond average in the areas of money, business, and relationships. And so today we're going to talk about business. Here's one last photo of me and my family. I'm a newlywed. I got married less than a year ago, and so this is a photo of myself along with my wife there to the right, and my kids that are seated there, and they're recreating a childhood photo that they had taken when they were around 6 years old and 9 or 10 years old, and it was quite hilarious to see them reenact that particular photo. And you also see there pictured is the family dog, Prince. And Prince is the family dog who enjoys being apart and bringing joy to the household, but he did not want to smile for the photo. So that's why his head is turned there because I guess he was boycotting the fact that we were taking family photos during that particular time. So Prince is also a member of my household. Before we jump into our content for today's training, let's get social. Feel free to Periscope if you like. You can use the hashtag #GetBusy because at the end of today's training, I want you to get busy. I want you to get started. I want you to get moving towards whatever it is or whatever business that's burning on the inside of you that needs to get out. And so here are my handles. Connect with me on Facebook at Kenny Pugh, on Twitter at Mr. Kenny Pugh, and then on Instagram and YouTube by way of Kenny Pugh. And I'm also on Periscope, and you can find me at the same handle as my Twitter handle, which is at Mr. Kenny Pugh, and enjoy doing some Periscopes as well. But it's important for us to remain connected. It's important for us to share insight and information. This is not a one-stop trip when it comes to me sharing information. Connect with me socially, and you'll be able to get some of the information that I share on a day-to-day basis with regards to business, money, and relationships. My story, I grew up in a city called Trotwood, Ohio, which is a suburb of Dayton, Ohio, and in Southwest Ohio, and I just had a great time. I graduated from high school with honors. I attended The Ohio State University and studied industrial and systems engineering with a focus in engineering management. I graduated and obtained a job in consulting. And that was one of the best decisions that I made because obtaining a job in consulting allowed me to work with various clients across the board. I was always assigned to different projects. It allowed me to go into the back offices and some of the, higher up level, training rooms and meeting rooms to discuss what makes businesses successful versus what makes businesses fail. And so I graduated. I obtained a job in consulting, which helped to provide the foundation for what I do today. I worked countless hours, though. I made money. I made a lot of money in consulting, but ultimately I realized that something was missing. And so when you start to think about something missing, lesson number one, and I'm going to share a series of these lessons throughout the course of our training. No matter what company you work for or how much money you make, if you are not living out your purpose, you will always feel a void in your life. And that was one of the things that I learned early on. I didn't know at that time what that meant, but what I did know is that I was making money, I was traveling, I was interacting with people, but I was unhappy. And so there was a void present in my life. Lesson number two is this: the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and then the day you find out why, according to Mark Twain. And so I like you who are participating in this particular webinar training, you are alive. So that means you've been born, you've been created. That means you've been formed. But the next thing and the next step along the journey is to find out why. And as soon as you can find out why, that will help to lead to the breakthrough so that you can go out and do and handle the business that you're supposed to be handling as a member of society and then someone who has a dream that has the ability to influence, impact, and change the lives of people around us. You are one of those people. So embrace it. Go ahead and tap into whatever it is that you need to tap into so that you can really, really bring out your business idea and launch it to the public so people's lives can be changed. Working in corporate America gave me possessions, but it didn't align with my overall purpose. It gave me background, it gave me some experience, but it did not align with my purpose. And that was one of the things that became very problematic, is that I was doing stuff and I was experiencing success, I was being promoted, but it just didn't align with my purpose. Guess what? I left my consulting job and then I started my own business, but then it failed. And there were a couple of reasons around behind that particular business failing. And one of the things that I will just tell you is that no matter how successful you start getting in your own business, never ever forget the basics. Never ever forget being able to dot your I's and cross your T's so that you do not allow things to go undealt with or to leave stones unturned. You need to make sure that you're handling your business, especially when you're working for yourself and running your own business. I started my own business. It was successful, but then it ultimately failed. I started to neglect some of the core things that made my business successful, and I needed to really have that reality check so that I could get back into doing things the proper way and not trying to just assume things were going to get done. I ended up losing around $85,000 through my real estate investment business, and that's the business I'm referring to. It led to a state of depression. It led to a state of disappointment, and it led to me just feeling like, you know what? I don't know if I can live life anymore. I don't. I mean, I had everything that I thought I wanted from a business standpoint when I was working in corporate America. But then I stepped out on my own. I started to feel success and experience success and had, all types of people in my life hanging on to me because of the success I was experiencing. But then when I experienced that failure, I was depressed and disappointed because the people that I thought were in my circle ended up fading away into the background. And so the next thing that I need you to really document and understand is when you have a vision, when you have a dream, when you have a goal, make sure that you realize that the goal is for you and it's not for anyone else. And that as you pursue those things and you are really, really going after your dreams, there'll be some people that'll stay connected and there'll be others that will fade away. And that's okay, because the levels of life and experience and success that people go through and that you'll go through will sometimes cause you to have to leave other people behind. And so don't allow yourself to become depressed. Don't allow yourself to become disappointed when you start to see some of the people who you thought were in your circle and on your side start to fade away. That's okay. Lesson number three is this. It's when you're at your lowest point that you sometimes have your greatest revelation. And so I need you to keep that in mind. I need you to realize that is that when sometimes you're at your lowest point in life, that's the point where you start to have your greatest revelation. And so I had to think to myself, what was I going to do? At the point where I had failed, at the point where I was disappointed, at the point where I was depressed, what was I going to do? Well, I got another corporate job to get back on my feet. And so this leads to something else that you need to document as well, which is lesson number 4. The worst outcome that you can experience if you even step out and pursue your own business is that you can always go back to doing what you're currently doing. And so if you think about that, what's the worst that can happen? The business fails. Okay, what happens when the business fails? If the business fails, so what? You can go back and get another job doing something else or doing what you're doing now, and in order to get back on your feet. And so if that's the worst that can happen, then I ask you this question: why are you unwilling to pursue that which you have burning on the inside of you to do, the thing that makes you smile, the thing that you know that you have the ability to change people's lives? Why aren't you pursuing that thing if the very worst thing that can happen is that you fail and that you end up having to go back to your corporate job? If that's the worst that can happen, then why not pursue the thing that will bring a smile to your face, that will allow you to illuminate the joy that resides on the inside of you? It's important that you pursue those things and take the steps, including the 12 steps that I'm going to share with you today, so that you can start working on pursuing your purpose and your passion and your dreams. I worked until I had to come face to face really with my fears again, because there's something about going through a process of success and then experiencing failure and then having that crossroads where you have to come face to face with your fears and say, am I going to go back out? And so I had that discussion. It was time for me to decide whether I was going to step back out again. And so I procrastinated. I had a discussion with myself and I said, nah, I'll just wait. And then I'll just wait. And now I'll just wait again. And I'll wait again. I procrastinated to the point where I was miserable. And no one should ever go through that process where you procrastinate pursuing your purpose, your passion, and your dreams to the place where you end up in a state of being miserable, because that's no fun either. If there's something that you know you're supposed to be doing, go ahead and start doing it, even if it's on a part-time basis. That you need to start activating your steps, taking those steps one step at a time, to go after the things that you know you're supposed to be doing with your life. I ask you, why procrastinate? Lesson number 5 is this: don't procrastinate, because you're only delaying your breakthrough. And when you start to really think about that, your procrastination is delaying your breakthrough, is delaying your success, is delaying your happiness. And that's no fun. You suppress the smile and the joy that's awaiting on the inside of you. So I ask you again, why are you procrastinating? Because that only suppresses the smile and joy that awaits on the inside of you. You also remain inside of the box that has been placed around you. And when you think about that proverbial box, that's that box that tells you this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to do it. And if you start to think outside of that box, then people look at you crazy. That you're supposed to go to school, you're supposed to go to college, you're supposed to graduate, you're supposed to get that job, you're supposed to work on that job until you're about 65 years old, and then that's when you experience life because you can retire. Well, some people don't want to wait till they're 65 in order to retire. Some people don't want to wait till they're 65 to really do what they know they're supposed to do from a business or a cause standpoint. And when you start to look at your business is bigger than you. Your business also influences people, changes people's lives, and there's a cause behind it because you have a solution or a way to impact someone's problem in their life. And so, once again, if you think about your business is bigger than you. Your business impacts and influences, or has the ability to impact and influence a lot of people. And so I want you to step outside of the box that has been placed around you and be willing to pursue the things that you know you're supposed to pursue in order to experience the success and happiness that you know that you want to experience. When you procrastinate, you also fail to launch your legacy building dream. And so when you look at the people in your life, your family, your kids, your wife, your husband, and the future generations of your family, if you procrastinate, then you really fail to launch the legacy building dream opportunity that's in front of you. So what do I mean by that? Well, by starting your business today, you might have the ability to grow that so that your family ends up working for you, or working with you, or partnering with you, or having the ability to transfer your business from generation to generation to change people's lives along the way. And that is so, 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 so powerful. And so you don't want to interrupt that. You don't want to disrupt the ability to actually launch your legacy building dream. And so think about that. Think about moving forward with your life and knowing that this is something that you're supposed to do. And so take heed, take understanding, and take control of your life to launch your legacy building dream. I also want you to imagine the possibilities. Imagine being able to live out your greater purpose. Imagine never experiencing another Monday morning again. Imagine creating revenue doing something that you love. Imagine being able to create an exit from the normal 9 to 5. Imagine being able to spend more time with your family, more time with your friends, or even more time with yourself so that you can rest and relax and experience life the way that you want to experience it. So think about that. This is such a powerful concept. It's just imagining the possibilities, because that's something that you are supposed to do. That's something that you have been created to do. That's something that you should always embrace and want to do. So imagine all of these things, living out your greater purpose, never experiencing another Monday morning, meaning that on Friday, when you're on your way home from work and you're thinking about all the work that you have to do and that you might have to work over the weekend to get it done, or you're dreading having to go into the office on Monday morning. Just imagine never having that experience again, because you'll be doing something that you truly love. Imagine creating the revenue doing something that you love, getting paid to do something that you love to do. Imagine being able to create the exit plan from your day job. So you're now building your dream. You're able to really build a bridge from where you are today to the place where you want to go. And then imagine being able to spend more time with your family. Such a powerful concept. So I ask you, what are you waiting on? If not now, then when? There's no better time than right now to pursue your dreams. Procrastinating has gotten you everything that you've gotten this far. So you ought to want to do something different to break the chain. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, is the definition of insanity. I know you've probably heard that before, but it's so true. And so the question is, are you ready to take action? And hopefully the answer to that is yes. Hopefully you are ready to take action. Hopefully you are ready to move to the next level so that you can say, yes, I'm ready to take the steps, even if I take a half a step at a time, even if I take a quarter of a step. You need to kind of step so that you are further tomorrow than you are today. So if not now, then when? So here are the 12 steps to start your business. I'm going to cover as much as I can during this time together, and I promise I will show you or tell you how we can take it further beyond today's training. So here are 12 steps to starting your business. We're going to take a look at the biggest issue getting started with your business. We're going to look at 25 business ideas that you can start today, and we're going to take a look at how I can assist you with the process. So enough for now. Let's go ahead and get started. So the 12 steps to get started with your business. Number one is this: make a decision. The most important step in realizing your dream is making a decision. The biggest battle that you'll ever face is the one that's located between your ears, also known as the battlefield of your mind. That is the most important obstacle to overcome, is really, really dealing with your mindset and really stop talking yourself out of doing what it is that you know you're supposed to do, and stop sabotaging your success by speaking things that have not yet manifested into showing what you're supposed to do. So, case in point, you don't want to have yourself saying, I can't do this, because if you're telling yourself, I can't do this, that means you never will do it. If you start, taking the steps that will get your business up and running, and you say people aren't going to like my idea, well, that you're sabotaging your success. You ought to go forward with the confidence and the just the mindset that says, no matter what I do, I'm going to give up 100%. And I am so certain that what I have is going to change the lives of people, that I'm willing to sell out doing that. I'm willing to go all in order to see this idea all the way through. Also, don't become a victim of overanalyzing things, paralysis by analysis. Don't overthink this thing. You need to really, really, really understand that the best lesson of entrepreneurship is that every day is going to be a day of learning. You can't perfect and know everything on day one. You must understand that even as you go forward in life, you need to make sure that that's the case. You need to make sure that you really understand that every day is going to be a lifelong journey and experience of learning, and that's something that you need to embrace. So don't overthink this thing, and then really understand your why, because your why is going to be the thing that drives you when you start to come up against obstacles, when things start to come up against you. Once you understand your why being your reason, the thing that inspires you to move forward when times get tough. If it's your family and being able to take care of your family, then that's your why. If it's sending your kids to college, then that's your why. If it's taking care of your parents, then that's your why. So once you understand your why, it will allow you to move forward with achieving your dreams as well. So understand your why. And then better yet, start today. Stop saying I'll start next week. Stop saying that I'll start next month, but start today, because it's important for you to take that step, even if it's a baby step. Number two, know your market. Know your market inside and out. The key to the success of your business is knowing your market. Be the expert of your company. Know your company inside and out and the things that you need to do in order to make it happen. So be the expert of your company. Know who your competitors are. It's nothing worse than starting a business and not knowing who you're competing against, or who else exists in the market and what they're doing and how they're able to influence and secure customers to support their business. So who are your competitors? What do they do? What do they do well? What do they do not so well? And you have to figure out, how do you differ from your competitors, because that'll help to give you that competitive edge. And so don't be afraid to pursue and research and investigate and secret shop some of the people that are in your industry, so that you can understand what they do well, and what they don't do so well. So keep that in mind as you move forward in getting your business. You must know your market. And so hopefully that'll inspire you to spend your leisure time doing some research on companies that you might be competing with, as opposed to just twiddling your thumbs idly. I encourage you to spend some of your free time investigating and researching your competitors. Number three, sample your product or service. Create a sample of your product or service to share with others. That is important. That is something that will confirm whether or not you need to make some tweaks to your idea, your service. That's the thing that will allow you to really sit back and say, okay, I can go forward with this particular idea that I have, and experience the success with it. So keep that, embrace it, go out and sample it, and then solicit feedback from those who you are sharing your product or your service with, and then obtain data to help you refine the idea that you believe in. Obtain the data to help you refine the idea that you believe in, because this will help for you to change the colors, change the ingredients, change the style just a little bit to meet the needs of and the taste of your customers. Why? Because it's important for you to realize that you are in business, you have the idea, but your customers are going to make or break your success. And so if you have an idea, you want to make sure that you customize it to what they want. Your business is about your customers. It's not about you. You have the idea. You have you're driving the train a little bit. But if they tell you that they like something and they want things a certain way, then you need to listen, because that's important. Customers drive your business, so listen to them. Leverage resources like the Small Business Administration Score.org or the Entrepreneurs Organization EONetwork.org to help do some information gathering, etc. Number four, draft your business plan. It's the key to organizing and navigating your business. It's the one-stop shop to capturing various information of your business. And so what I try to tell my clients is that your business plan is a tool for you to use to pitch your idea to investors and to try to secure funding for your business. But it's also a great place for you to capture all the information about your business in one place. That way you have one stop where you can go and say, okay, here's the name of my business. Here's the mission of my business. Here's the vision of my business. Here are the members of my leadership team. Here's the the list of the products and services that we offer. Here is what our financial projections are for this particular period of time. This is how we're going to market. This is how we're going to advertise our particular services. Here are some opportunities for us to really take advantage of within the industry. And you can capture all of that information within your business plan. And so it's a one-stop shop to capture in the various areas of your business, but it's also a good place for you to really capture your thoughts and put packaging those in a one-stop shop location so that you can share that internally with employees and potential partners, as well as those on the outside who might want to invest in your business. It's also a great tool for keeping you focused. That way you don't get caught off guard trying to chase rabbits along the way. You can always go back to your business plan and say, here's the focus of my business. Anything that lies outside of this is not something that I'm willing to pursue. Also, I want you to get this, take heed to this point as well. I don't want you to get too consumed trying to perfect your business plan because it will never be perfect. And so just like I told you early on, as you're going along this journey of entrepreneurship, you must realize that every day is going to be a learning experience. Every day is going to be different. Every day is going to be an opportunity for you to really take in some new information that will help to mold your processing and help you to touch the lives of your customers. Well, your business plan is going to be something that you're going to visit on a regular basis as well. You'll never perfect your business plan. Let me say that again. You'll never perfect your business plan. You need to visit it on a regular basis because every day is going to give you some additional data that will invalidate the business plan that you have on file today. And so keep that in mind as well. I've run into some people that say, well, I need to finish my business plan first. No, you don't really need to finish your business plan. You really need to just understand what it is that you're launching, and you need to take steps to see what your customers are going to say. You just need to have the foundation and the platform to do business with your customers, and then take that data and allow it to mold and to help you refine and customize your business plan. So take that to heart as well. Experience and continuing to take steps will help your business, not having the perfect business plan. The tool that I use for my business plans is called Enloop, ENLOOP.com, Enloop.com. Number 5, understand the best structure for your business. Pay attention to the details of legalizing your business because that's important. You need to decide on a sole proprietorship. You need to decide on LLC. You need to decide on partnerships or a corporation, be it an S Corp or a C Corp. You need to really, really determine and understand the best structure for your business because you want to protect yourself so that you're not doing business as an individual. Just in case something happens, people can't come to you personally for being and hold you personally liable. They can come after your business, which is a level of protection that will allow you to protect little Johnny's college fund or little Susie's college fund instead of allowing people to come directly after that particular aspect of your personal finances, etc. So you need to decide on a business structure in order to operate. Give your business a name. Be creative. Be unique. Be someone who is ready, willing to give it a name that tells what you do. Solicit assistance from a business consultant or CPA or a lawyer to determine what works best for you and your business concept and your idea. Incorporate.com, NOLO.com, BizFilings.com, and the Secretary of State's website for your specific state is a great place to start to get the information about business structures, etc. Number 6, have a financial plan in place. Despite what you may hear, you will need money to operate your business for supplies, for marketing, for hiring assistants. And you can look at these particular outlets to help you get there. Self-funding, meaning using money that you have on hand, savings account. Some people use personal lines of credit. Some people use credit card advances to get their businesses started. I've seen different avenues that people will leverage and utilize to really get their dreams off the ground. You can use investors. You can use bank or lending institutions and going in and applying for those. Or you can take the route of using crowdsourcing. Crowdsourcing or crowdfunding is where you put out an idea of a concept that you have, and you allow people to contribute. If they believe in your idea, your concept, and they want to help you out with that, crowdfunding is a great way to get money for your business as well. So look at places like Kickstarter as avenues to get funding for your business. Kickstarter.com. Number 7, know the components needed for your business to operate. You need to know your business inside and out. You need to understand what the components of your business are so that you can really give the TLC required for your business to be successful. The key components of any business are people, processes, products, and technology. And so people, what will each person do? Are you going to do it solo? Are you going to have employees working with you? Process. What are the steps to getting your product or your service into the hands of your customer? What does that look like? Is it online? Is it in person? Is it, some hybrid between the two? What are your products? And when you start to look at your products and your services, realize that the quality of your products and services is your customer's experience. And so you want to make sure that you embrace that. Technology. What tools will help your business operate? You need a website, you need email marketing, you need some automation software. How are you going to sell your products if people come to your website? Do you have a PayPal account or Google Wallet or some kind of merchant account in place so that you can accept online payments and credit cards to process payments, etc.? So what tools do you need from a technology standpoint that will help your business operate? Number 8, are you going to hire or outsource assistants? All business owners need help with their businesses. Will you have partners? Realize trying to do everything in your business by yourself takes you away from what you really should be focusing on, which is making money or execute task of your business. And so keep that in mind because it's important. Not too many people realize that if you're spending the core of your day creating marketing flyers, then you're not meeting with customers. You're not selling product. And so you might have to outsource creating marketing flyers for your business or maintaining your website. Maybe you can outsource that so someone else can take that on. Because if you're trying to troubleshoot WordPress or whatever platform you're using for your website, that takes you away from actually interacting with clients to make money or to solve their problems, or meeting with them to figure out if there's some referrals that exist out there that you can take advantage of. And so it is important for you to realize that you need help. Help. Will you hire full-time employees or outsource to contractors? And so that's a decision that you can make. Take your time hiring people because they ultimately represent your brand. And so I know a lot of people, especially in the industry in which I operate, who leverage contractors or virtual, and they give them a set of responsibilities that they are responsible for, but they leave a lot of the client-facing interaction to themselves or someone who they truly trust. Because hiring people into your business is an important step because they ultimately represent your brand. Number 9, create the process flow for how your business operates. Build your processes so you can fully visualize how your business flows. Process flows help to train your employees. Creating a process flow also helps you to identify snags in your customers' experience. And so when you start to think about the things that drive you nuts when you go to other businesses, whether it's not enough cashiers or not enough assistants on the floor to answer questions, or long hold times when they call in for help or questions, think about those things and create a process that will help to address that so your customers don't experience that as well. Number 10, market, network, advertise, and then network some more. Marketing is preparing your product or service for the marketplace. It's important. It helps to drive your business. Networking is leveraging your personal and business connections to bring you a regular supply of new business. There is nothing better than having a word of mouth customer, because they are someone who has received a positive review about your product or your service, and people want to do business with you as a result of that person's experience. Networking is a great thing. And then advertising is really the process of making your product and your service known to the marketplace. So what ways are you going to get the word out about your products and your services? Are you going to use radio? Are you going to use TV? Are you going to use online magazines? Are you going to use physical magazines? Are you going to use bloggers to help get the word out about your products and your services? Well, I recommend that you use a combination of all of those things if you have the ability to do so. And so it makes life a lot easier. It helps you get the word out about your product and your services. And social media is a great avenue to help make that happen for you as well. And so keep all of those things in mind. Marketing, networking, and advertising all work for your good. And just realize the best advertising is word of mouth, as I mentioned. Number 11, you have to assess what is working. Plans don't always work. You have this plan that you have in mind, and you get out there and you realize that your plan isn't working. Well, that's okay. You can listen to your customers and make the adjustments and still experience the success that you wanted to have from the very beginning. Realize plans don't always work. Listen to your customers. Listen to what they tell you. Listen to how you can make your product or your service better so that they can feel fulfilled at the end of the day. And don't ignore the data. The data will tell you what is working and what is not working. Number 12, be flexible. Number 12, be flexible. What works today may not work tomorrow. And so you might experience some success today based off of some things that you're doing, but those same tactics might not work tomorrow. Times change. Technology changes. People change. Always be in a process of improving yourself because what works today may not work tomorrow. And that's the 12th step, is really being flexible and knowing that this is a lifelong journey. It's an ongoing journey of change. And you need to keep up with the trends in your industry. That is important. Being flexible, learning new techniques, new methodologies will help your business be successful. And so here's a 15-point checklist. I'm not going to go through this in detail, but I just wanted to let you see this because this is something that you can leverage. And I'll send this out to those of you who are interested in receiving it. If you have not registered for this particular webinar directly, you can simply send an email to info@kennypugh.com. That's info@kennypugh.com to be placed on the list to receive a copy of this 15-point checklist that I'm going to send out to everyone who signs up for this particular webinar. And this will give you a list of the different things that you need in order to really bring your business into existence. It's a 15-point checklist, and that will help get you organized and mobilized to be successful. Here's the number one thing that is keeping you from experiencing the dreams and the success that you want to experience: procrastinating. And you need to stop it. You need to stop procrastinating. These 12 steps that I just gave you are keys to getting up and running and really moving towards making a success out of your business. But you're not going to get there if you keep procrastinating. This is the number one challenge of the clients that I work with and a number of the people that exist out there is procrastination. So quit procrastinating. And I'm going to give you a couple tips on how to make that happen. Number one is know yourself. Understand how procrastination impacts you. Does it make you feel down? Does it keep you from ever moving forward? Have you been sitting on ideas months, years that you should have already put into play? Know yourself, because that's important. And then think about the source of your issue. Are you procrastinating because of something that someone told you when you were younger, or you experienced failure, or you experienced some sort of discouragement when you were younger, and you have carried that into your adult years? That's important for you to know. Know yourself. That way it will help you to overcome your issue of procrastination. Number two, practice effective time management. Create estimates for the things that you're doing. Compare how you finish according to those estimates, and prioritize what is actually important. One of the things that I've noticed as I'm working with my clients is that procrastination is usually a result or a byproduct of poor time management. You need to create estimates. You need to compare how you finish according to those estimates. But then last but not least, you need to prioritize what's important to you, because a lot of you are working on things that are not adding value to you pursuing your purpose and your dreams. And so if you're looking at your schedule and you have things on your calendar only because you're doing it for someone else, or you're not really, your heart's not really there, then you need to reprioritize those things, because that's taking away from your ability to really pursue your purpose, your passion, your dreams in order to really be successful in life. Number three, you need to change your perspective. You need to think about why this is important. And as I mentioned before, your dreams, your goals, your purpose that you've been created for, it goes beyond you. So change your perspective. I want you to get out of your myopic viewpoint to think about, okay, if you have the ability to solve someone's problem, but you're not willing to create the business to make it happen, there are so many people out there with a problem that you have the solution for, that you're doing them a disservice. That you have something that will help to impact somebody's life, that you will give them the solution to make their life easier, better, more exciting, whatever it is, and it goes beyond you. Change your perspective about your procrastination, because it is important to your customers, the people that don't even know you exist yet. It's important for you to come up and make and actively pursue your dreams so that they can experience the solution to their problems that you have. Look beyond the results also to your why. And if that's not enough to steer you in the right direction, looking to your why, when you look at your kids, when you look at your wife, when you look at your husband, when you look at your parents, when you look at the amount of debt that you might find yourself in, that's the source of a why. And if you feel like, okay, I'm procrastinating, well, you're keeping yourself from getting out of debt. You're keeping yourself from being able to save money for your kids' college fund. And so change your perspective. It's bigger than you. It has the ability to impact so many more people than you. And so embrace it and do the right thing. Number four, commit to your assignments. List those tasks or those steps out. Mark those tasks or those steps off of your to-do list so that you can feel accomplished. And then at the end of the day, take a deep breath. Commitment is not a cuss word. Commitment is something that allows you to move towards achieving a desired goal or task. And so that is something that you need to move forward with, knowing that you can commit to your assignment to get those things done, and once again move closer to getting the hopes and the dreams off the ground that you have inside of you. So you might ask, what's next? Well, the choice is really yours. You can continue procrastinating or take action. I offer personalized business coaching to really help you start and grow your business if that's something that you're interested in. I really only take a few clients on because I like to immerse myself into your business so that you can ultimately succeed. And so that's why I do that. Here's some information on how to reach me. Contact my office at 404-496-4092. There's the email address that you can reach me at if you'd like to ask questions or set up time to talk. Personal website is there as well, kennypugh.com. And as I mentioned before, you can connect with me on social media: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Google+. All of those different places are places that I find myself quite frequently. I'm not done yet. I'm going to show you 25 businesses that you can start today. And if you are just joining this particular training because of curiosity, but you don't have a business that you want to start, you don't have anything in mind just yet, we'll take a look at this list. I'm not going to go through it in detail, but this is a list of potential businesses that you can pursue to really, work towards separating yourself from what you're doing today if you're not happy. So here's a nice list of businesses that you can embrace. I like the teacher. I like the web development. I like the cleaning services because they are always going to be in need. When you look at this next list, my favorite is number 16, which is information marketing. Information marketing is just simply packaging up any information that you know that you're an expert about, packaging it up in such a way that you can share it with others, and people are willing to pay you for information that you know. And so you can package up your knowledge of how to fix cars, how to sew quilts, how to make specialized animal balloons, or whatever the case may be. But that is something you can package up and sell as an information product. Also, if you have an expertise, you can go into consulting or coaching or whatever the case may be, because that is another outlet for a business for you. Here's another list of businesses that you can look at: social media management, professional organizer, videographer services. All of those things are things that you can look into. And I actually am going to give you a bonus 5 because I like to go above and beyond. the expectations. And so here's a list of the last 6 businesses that you can look into starting: personal assistant, home delivery, landscaper, mail order, network marketing businesses. And there are a ton of those out there. My encouragement to you is this, is if you decide to go into network marketing, make sure you understand the products and the services, and that you are a big fan of those things as you go out and try to share that information with others. All right, that's it. Are there any questions at this time? If you have any questions, feel free to type those into the chat room area, or into the question and answer area, and I'll see if I can address those for you as well. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast, and I look forward to working with you in the times to come. And hopefully, this is something that has provided you with some information that you truly, truly, truly can use in getting your business off the ground. All right. Until next time, take care.